What is up, Evil Dead fans? Prime One Studios has released new hit sculpts for their Evil Dead 2 Ash statue. So let's go over that. Alright, so a little while back I talked about Prime One Studios and their statue, their Evil Dead 2 statue, the one where you got Henrietta coming out of the basement, or the cellar, and all my discrepancies with that. Now they came out with a few new face sculpts, and let me show you right now what they look like and tell you my thoughts on those. Okay, so there they are. Now, if you watched it, which if you're watching this far, you did. They are now including an Evil Ash sculpt. Now, the first thing I have to say about it is the face sculpts do look better than the original ones that they were going to release. I've already talked to people on forums about them and my thoughts. People ask me my thoughts on them. I know last time I was really harsh about it, and there was reasons behind that because everybody was ready to throw up thousands of dollars without checking out the discrepancies that were there. So let me talk about the new sculpts. Now, I will not call these a head sculpt, a brand new head sculpt, because the hair is exactly the same. So they use the same program or whatever they did to sculpt it. The hair is exactly the same, which is an Ash from Army of Darkness style hair. When it comes to Evil Dead 2, it's a little more slicked on the side, a little bit shorter. It's not as, I don't know, it's not as full as what they sculpted. That's more of an Ash from Army of Darkness. The Evil Ash sculpt looks fucking amazing. The face sculpt is great. The hair, all the hair is exactly the same. I've studied the photos that I posted or showed you just a minute ago. All the hair is exactly the same. It's really kind of, way out there, more of a Army of Darkness style. The face sculpts do look better, but somebody was wondering, there's something off about them. And I saw what they were talking about. It's the aging of the face. Really, it's more of a filled out face, more of an Army of Darkness style, especially early on in the movie. It's not as like, if you look at Evil Dead 1, Ash is very young, or Bruce is very young, and he has a filled out face because he's young. It's what's called baby fat, really. And then Evil Dead 2, he's very thin and lean. Army of Darkness, he's thicker at the beginning. He even said this in the commentary. He's thicker at the beginning and then slims down throughout the film while he's working out and things like that. With the detail in it, I really think they should have went with the whole thing of less is more, because with all the face lines, things like that, it really shows a lot of age. So it's more of a, if you look at the face sculpt, it's more of Ash in his late 30s rather than in his mid-20s. And what they need to shoot for is Ash in his mid-20s. And, I mean, they're better than the original of what they came out with, but the market isn't there. But nobody's really hit the mark completely. And I'll go over that in a minute and show you why. I will go over some NECA stuff and McFarlane toys and show you what I mean. The thing about it, they're getting closer. It's getting better than what they originally had. I don't know if they're going to change any of the other discrepancies with the chainsaws wrong, with small detail and scaling. The shoes are completely wrong. They're like a low top old man kind of shoe. The boomstick's too long. The tears and rips are wrong in the clothing. The clothing top to bottom needs a full revamp, and also the deer head. Now they have elk antlers on there or stag antlers, wherever you're from. They're very similar, but NECA did this one. If you look, they're deer antlers. They're not elk antlers. So I don't know if they're going to change any of that. If they decide to change those details, people are going to buy the crap out of it. They will. But I know it's tough when you do a sculpt and then you already put something in production. It's hard to change things after that. But like I said, I'm not going to be that harsh on them because I was pretty harsh before. But honestly, if they need any suggestions on what to change, they can always get a hold of me somehow, either on Instagram, Facebook, or here on YouTube. And I can say, hey, you got to change this, got to change this, got to change that. And you know, for the price tag amount, what is it? $1,300. It's big. It's very cool. There's a lot of detail in it in their sculpt, but with the price tag versus what you get, it's not there yet. I would say if that was sold for about, and this is going to insult them, I'm not trying to insult them, $500 tops. That's because all the inaccuracies, because you're looking at a semi Army of Darkness Ash in the Evil Dead 2 setting. That's just my opinion. I'm not going to tell anybody not to buy it. I'm not going to say that again. But if you're looking for accuracy, I don't know if they're going to change that. If they change all that stuff, I will be full on board to say pick it up in a heartbeat. But until then, for the price tag, it's just not there. It's not there. It's basically, put it this way. It'd be like buying the derpy ass McFarlane Ash for $50, which is totally dumb because it's terrible. I'm not saying Prime One Studios' work is terrible. They do great work. They're very detailed in what they do. They just really needed to knock this out of the park because this is what Evil Dead fans have been waiting for. Something. And Evil Dead 2, for a lot of us, that's the #1 movie from the trilogy. He gets the chainsaw hand. He's in the cabin. Things like that. So, but I'm not going to rag on them. In all honesty, the face sculpts look a little better, but it's not there. He still looks old. His hair's wrong. But the Evil Ash face, it's not a full hit sculpt because the hair's the same, but the faces are a little different. They just need to work on doing less is more with the facial lines, wrinkles and things like that, because they went a little overboard. One of them, the cheeks look a little too fat, things like that. It's more of a late 30s Ash versus a mid 20s Ash, and that's what they got to shoot for. But if they change all those discrepancies, I will straight up tell people to pick it up. Seriously, because I'll probably pick one up myself. But at the moment, I will not, because it's not there yet. It's just not. It's like, in all honesty, it looks like somebody who they remember watching Army of Darkness and didn't know much about Evil Dead 2 and took a lot of screenshots from Google and went that direction. With the hair and stuff, they probably took that screenshot where you just see the face of Ash back in the medieval ages right off the bat, where it's like out. And that's not correct. So there's a lot they got to change. But at the same time, NECA's never got it completely right, or any other company's never got it completely right. Face sculpts are a tough thing to do because you're trying to make something that happened like 30 plus years ago versus bringing somebody into your shop and you scan their face right away and then that's what you got. But I'm going to go over some stuff that NECA's done and McFarlane has done and show you that nobody's perfect, but at the same time, you got to really watch what you buy and how much you spend. Like, I'll say it right now. The McFarlane Ash, don't waste your fucking money. That thing is awful. The McFarlane Evil Ash is fucking incredible. The NECA ashes, worth their money every time because they are the closest you're going to get. But the number one person that I would suggest getting any ash figure from would be Bito Matali. I know him online. We've talked many a times. And that guy is so detailed in his craftsmanship and work that it's just simply unbelievable. He'll even put the tread, if he can, he'll even put the tread on the proper boots for the proper movie, depending on what he's doing. But he is, in my opinion, the number one action figure builder, toy guy. He is the man. And I would put anybody's work up against Beto's, and I guarantee Beto's just going to kick their ass. He's that damn good. So let's look at some NECA stuff and some McFarlane stuff. A little stuttery there. Okay, so I pulled a bunch of these out of storage. I'm still working on my display at the moment, my new display that's going up. So a lot of these are dusty. So if you're one of those people who are going to look at them and go, I can't believe you let them get this dirty. They were in storage, okay? Trust me, a little Windex and a paper towel, you know, I'll clean it up. Don't worry. So I just talked about Prime One Studios, about the face sculpt, and I just wanted to show you guys that nobody's ever got it perfect. Just off of what I have here, there's been many ash figures done. Honestly, there hasn't been anybody who got it perfectly right. There's ones that got it close. Now, for instance, let's look at the S-Mart Ash. That was a McFarlane character. I don't even remember the release date. Looks good, pretty good. All details, his holster's gone, of course, things like that. The shotgun looks like complete dog shit. Or not shotgun, but it's a 30-30 lever action. It's not a shotgun, people. It's a 30-30 lever action. The wood stock and everything looks like butt, of course. They didn't give a shit about accessories like that. But the name tag looks pretty good, even though it's dirty as fuck right now. The face is pretty good, except for his weird, squinty Steve Buscemi face. I didn't understand that. What were the, what was the thought behind it? We're gonna make him squint, look like he's serious, but leave his eyes really buggy. So yeah, there's that. Okay, next thing is, let's look at, this is the first release of the 25th anniversary of Evil Dead in its entirety. None of the heads have been swapped out, even though later on they re-released the same figure, different paint, things like that, which is this one right here. This one looks good, except the one thing I don't like about it is the eyeliner look. His eyes are super eyelined. If you really look at it, I call it the eyeliner ash. But still, it's a very, very good sculpt. When it comes down to the boots, they're dirty, but they're correct, and they really put a lot of time and effort when they did this one. It has a silver top on the chainsaw, which tells me that the paint on the chainsaw looks like shit, just gonna say. The only silver one they actually had, silver top, other than the Workshed flat top, was the stunt one that they used with him finding Henrietta in the cabin. That was a foam chainsaw that had a silvery looking top, and it was like a big block. Well, let's look at this one. This is that new release where you got Evil Ed with him. The face sculpt looks like shit. Just gonna say the hair's wrong. His face is too fat. I don't like how his clothes are super vibrant. I know a lot of people like that super vibrant shirt. Doesn't look right. No paint details in the chest hair. His nipple is exactly the same color as his skin, which is a bit fucking odd. But yeah, we'll get back to this one here in a minute. And this is another face sculpt that figure came with. This one has, this is just an unfortunate event of me getting it, a derpy fucking eye. It's like, I'm looking at you. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. I'm looking at you now. No, you're not. You're looking to my left or my right. Derpy eye. The hair's wrong, of course, like that one. It's a little too short. Now, this is probably one of the better ones that I've gotten, is this Evil Ash face with the body and all that stuff. It's basically that figure, just a little different. Everybody remembers this as like the ultimate Ash figure or Evil Ash, whatever release you got it in. But I got a second face sculpt, because I got multiple figures, the same thing. I don't like this one. Why don't I like this one? Because it looks like Chef Boyardee, like sloppily, and then has really chapped fucking lips. He has that open mouth look like, my lips are chapped. So I'm not a fan of that one. This one, the paint detail is a little better. Okay. Oh, that guy again. Yeah, we'll get back to you. Got Evil Ed here, of course. They did a very, very superb job doing Evil Ed. Gosh damn, looks great. I don't have anything bad to say about this one whatsoever. And then you got this old McFarlane release, the Evil Ash from Army of Darkness, which in my opinion is the best villain from the trilogy, is this Evil Ash. Now, McFarlane Toys did a fantastic job with the mold and the sculpting. The boots are right. The clothes look right. It just sucks it doesn't articulate. I really wish NECA, seriously, NECA, if you see this, get the rights to Army of Darkness or some licensing deals so you guys can make this articulate, a new articulated one, because you would make your money back hand over fist. But this is really incredible work. Honestly is. They did such a good job with that, but then you got this fucking monstrosity right here. Blech, Derpy Ash. It's like they saw a guy walking around the street at a cosplay convention and said, hey, you look close enough. How about we make an action figure out of you? The face is just fucked up. He has the toy Halloween store chainsaw on there. Look at that pull string. What? They have close-ups, 2 close-ups on the movie in Army of Darkness for the chainsaw. And let's go to, oh, I gotta make sure I pull this out of here because if I drop it, everything breaks on it. The boomstick that it comes with. Wow, what a piece of shit. It looks like ass. Look at the handle on it. It's silver. What the fuck were they thinking? But without Derpy Ash and this one and McFarlane Toys back in the day, NECA really wouldn't be what they are nowadays, and how good they are. And here's the one thing I got to say about NECA that's pissing me off, is they will release figures from sci-fi movies and horror movies that have like 1 line, 1 or 2 lines, or 1 or 2 scenes, but yet we still don't have a Bobby Joe from Evil Dead 2, a Jake, we don't have an Annie, we don't have the Nobies, we don't have a Pablo, we don't have a Kelly, we don't have a Ruby, we don't have a Chet. Come on. We don't have a Scotty or anybody from Evil Dead 1. Seriously. NECA, get off your ass. Start making these figures from other fucking franchises that have 1 or 2 lines in a movie that nobody gives a flying fuck about, and make a full line. Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and Ash vs. Evil Dead. Get on it. Get your shit together. Anyways, one thing I do want to show you is if you ever want to make an Evil Dead 1 Ash. It's quite easy except for small details and paint details that you're going to have to do later. What you want to do is take your Ultimate Ash. You can use this face, but really you want to use this face. That hit sculpt is very close to Evil Dead 1 Ash, because Evil Dead 1 Ash, his face is more filled out because he is younger, what is called basically baby fat. Because he was, you know, like 20. Evil Dead 2, his face is more thinner. Army of Darkness, if you watch a few of his commentaries, he talks about how he lost weight during the movie because he's working out. He's actually bigger at the beginning of the film and kind of slims down. But you want that hit sculpt right there. You want this figure right here. You want this arm. And you need this hand. So you put this hand, you swap out the hands. Swap out the arms, you put that face on it, and then, unfortunately, Evil Dead 1 Ash had different boots. The boots they did for these figures, even Derpy fucking Ash, are correct. And NECA did it correct for Evil Dead 2. But Evil Dead 1 had this style of shoe. Sam Raimi insisted on Bruce to wear it. Get out of here. Insisted on him wearing these shoes for the film. And you got to take these shoes off of this one and put them on this one. And if you're like, well, he's got a tear in his pants. Well, that was from Evil Dead 1 originally, when Linda is scratching his leg when she's coming out of the grave. So you can leave that or change that up. I've seen somebody actually swap this over. I think it was with that hit sculpt and that body and those shoes, and did a repaint and a few other small details and made an Evil Dead 1 Ash that looked beautiful. So if you want an Evil Dead 1 Ash for your collection, that's what you have to do. And at some point, I may do that. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, I will. I just got to be freed up with time and stuff like that, probably after Chicago. And by the way, Chicago, for all United Sumerian members and people who want to come down there to hang out that are Brett's Groovy Chainsaw fans, it's still going on. I still will be in Chicago July 31st through August 2nd at the Hyatt Regency Center, Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois. So there's some stuff here to really, you know, I'm just showing you some, I'm not trying to dig on Prime 1 Studios. Everybody's gotten it close, but nobody's gotten it perfect. The best one has to be when NECA came out with, you know, their first edition hit sculpt on the 25th anniversary, or even, except for the eyeliner look, this is the double pack re-release with Evil Ed. So that's probably the best hit sculpt that they did that I've seen. But like I said, there's a lot of Ash figures out there. Till next time, you guys stay groovy.